Hey there, beloved pioneers. Today is the full moon, and we also have the beginning of the Chinese New Year of the water dragon, bringing many new things. Also, for me, I have felt this shift very deeply. It was a profound feeling of new energy, feeling more calm and harmonized than ever. And I always have these bursts of new energy when there's a time of full moon. I wrote my intentions in the morning, then I went for a beautiful run, and I was guided to make a lot of the new videos because I have been receiving topics all weekend when I've been unplugging more. So now I'm doing like a series of videos, and this is the second one, and I'm devoting this one to talking about self-healing, certain addictions and patterns as how we live our lives. This is something that I would like to address because I received several questions from a few people asking me about healing, having health problems. They have written me about this. Some even asked me that they want to understand addiction because they have problems with addictions. I had about 3 emails like that. So I saw that this is a pattern and a message from Spirit that I am to speak about this. And I would like to start with really focusing first, stressing on the actual point here, that is the eternal truth, that all healing is self-healing, because someone asked me, how can I heal myself? And I said, well, only you can heal yourself. For instance, you can go to a certain practitioner, a healer, an energy master, a Reiki master, whatever. You have to understand that it is good if you pick a healer that has done a healing work on themselves and is pure and has done the work themselves. They can help you, they can assist you. For instance, if you have a certain disease, and they can help you to better really cleanse yourself energetically in a way that you can easier start to work on yourself from that point on. But no healer, no spiritual practitioner, no one who has ever learned any sort of healing modality can actually help you heal from within. They can help you, they can assist you on this process, along this process, but no one from the outer can heal you. I had this person, they've been writing to me once, and they said this sentence, well, if you act like this and like this, as a divine feminine, which is now healing the planet, you cannot heal, this and that. And I just replied, I say, well, I cannot heal anyone. I can only hold the space, the vibration, the space of divine love that I am, while I myself do the healing on myself. And I can give assistance, and I can help open certain topics and spiritual truths, which is what I speak about. I speak about the spiritual nature of things. So I cannot heal anyone. I am a healer in nature, but I cannot heal anyone. All healing is self-healing. This is the first thing that you need to know on your path of ascension. And I also need to make this clear, ascension as the term, because many would like to understand this in a way that is really kind of misleading, because the word ascension has been abused a lot, like also the word healing and many other spiritual terms within the New Age and things like that. So ascension actually means you ascending higher on the spiral of spirit towards merging with your I am presence. This doesn't always mean that you will have to do it here in this life. Ascension is not about you vibrating away somewhere, like some teachers or some people would like to address it. It is nothing like that. Ascension means moving higher towards your being, within your soul, progressing through the spiral of spirit, that you become more and more the authentic self. And when I say authentic self, I don't just mean, oh, you doing the things you love. When I say authentic self, and this is the time of the authentic selves, what I'm referring to is our I am presence. This is our authentic self. This is the being within us that is eternal. And our soul part of it is carrying out this mission that we have here on earth. So within that process itself, this is this is the grand healing. That process itself is that healing. So you don't need to do anything else but actually work through divine remembrance. Everyone who is still having issues with health and healing still has certain blockages within the ability of divine remembrance of themselves as divine love. When you have huge disease problems, like many people on earth still do, That just means that you have not remembered yourself and you don't live your essence. Because when we have a health issue, our soul is trying to show us through our body, because our body is actually our vehicle and it sends us messages so we can more easily remember. So our soul is letting us know where we are not aligned with our source self, where we are not aligned with the truth of divine love that we are. So this is the same for any kind of situation, but the different diseases, of course, point to different patterns. But you have to understand that when you have a certain, let's address the issue of addiction here. If you have a certain addiction, this addiction, and you only want to address it from the physical level, you know, I have read about some people who have been huge drug addicts, but they are now running cross countryside, you know, they're running like 80 kilometers a day, but those people have not healed themselves. They have only exchanged one addiction for another. So if you're only addressing your disease from a physical level and you say, I don't do that anymore, I don't have this physical addiction anymore, but then you do that, something else, you have only addressed this issue and this addiction from a physical level. So that means you have not integrated within the whole that you are. You have not done the healing, which is actually holing. Healing is holing, making yourselves whole as you truly are in essence. So every addiction or every disease, you first have to see the physical pattern. And this pattern will show you what it is there. For instance, certain parts of the body are implying certain diseases, and they're implying certain mental or emotional issues that we have. So within that, you have to really go within and understand this. You have to console, you have to commune with spirit, with your angels, masters, guides. You have to do the work, you have to do the inner work to see what that actually is individualized in your life. Because if you have a certain disease and someone else might have it, and then you have a book saying, oh, this is it for this example, it doesn't always work that way, because our souls, it is the same as to how our individual spirit sends us messages and dreams in a unique way. The same way our soul sends us messages through our body as a disease or certain things that are just pains or unalignments. Every pain is actually self-inflicted. Every suffering is self-inflicted. It's causing us to not remember who we are, and it's showing us where we are unaligned with ourself. So when you just see that as a generalized thing, you will naturally get to the source, to the bottom of the thing, you know. You have to really sink into the rabbit hole. You have to go down deep, deep, deep to truly see, and you have to see it for yourself. I was the example of this before, because actually some certain diseases, actually health issues, I didn't have a disease, but I had health issues, they have caused my awakening. And many people experience that, you know, and this is not always the same as ascension symptoms. If you're just going to be ignorant and say everything is an ascension symptoms, I don't have any disease, well, this is the ego speaking. You will have to be really honest with yourself. You will have to dig deep to see what is really there in your life and what is your soul trying to show you with your body. Ask your body for messages always, and you'll get those answers. You have to be honest. And at that point in my life, I was honest with myself too. I saw where I have certain patterns, and I was the only one. I was the only one who was actually capable of doing something. I remember I was seeing a practitioner, and she was just taking my money. She didn't do anything. When I really asked her, I said, I am now really doing some spiritual research because I'm really inclined to that. What do you think about that? And she said, oh no, people who only work on themselves, they only see things as black or white. It's not good to do self-work. And I looked at her like this and said, what? You are the self, so who can do the work on yourself but you? And she said, oh no, these people, they get all in their heads, and they're like seeing things black and white. And well, what she was doing, she was projecting, and she was projecting her own experience to me, or I don't know, someone else that she might have been healing. So at that point, that was actually a very early stage of my awakening. Through my inner spirit and my inner guidance of the intuition within me, I realized that only I can heal myself, and I did. And the more I started to remember who I actually am, the less problems I had. And I don't have any health issues right now, because I really know myself as divine love, and this is who I am. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, so nothing can ever happen to me. No, we still live here on earth, and I might get a certain physical injury or something like that, and this is going to be a challenge. So you have to consider every disease or pattern is different. You might have a physical like an injury that might show you a certain challenge that is not really showing you the same thing that a disease is showing you, or things like that. Many people say, I've heard people say, oh, I suffer and through my pain I get to realize God. Well, a part of it is true, but that actually means that that person is seeking God somewhere in the outer, and through that pain they want to feel that, that's drama. Pain is also drama. You have to understand that it is there for a reason. So if you still feel pain, if you still feel tortured or victimized, this is you not being aligned with source that permeates all things. It's not somewhere out there, and you're connecting and you're bonding with God through your symptoms, and you're feeling special because you're actually feeling that disease working its way through your body. It's really not a very grounded approach. So as I said, you have to approach every single pattern, disease, whatever, differently. And all healing is self-healing, but you are the one who's doing the major work. All the others are just your assistance crew, they're assisting you. And as I said, watch that you choose the one who has done a work on themselves, because they might project, like that lady did on me. They might project a lot of their mental, physical, or emotional baggage. So choose wisely, be discerning, okay? And as I said, as you will feel that it will start progressing first to seeing that physical issue, and then going behind that physical issue and seeing what is the mental issue of that, and going deeper and deeper, what is the emotional issue of that, until you get to the root of the pattern, until you get to the root of the spiritual thing that is actually causing this. Because everything starts on a spiritual level first. Every disease starts, being manifested into something dense in the etheric first. And then when you don't address the issue, it keeps getting worse and worse. And then you just get this hole with a bunch of manure in it, and you like dig deep and like, whoa, what is this? Well, you have not been checking into that hole for quite a while, so it has grown bigger, and there's a lot of manure now in that hole. So as I said, be focused and do not just address the physical issue of everything that you're experiencing. Address all the issues. Meditate, go within, connect with your inner source, and you will get all the answers. Consult others if you feel that at a certain period in your life you're not connected, you're not able to connect yourself, but don't give them power away. It's okay to, if you feel guided, to seek counselor, to seek others who might assist you. It's not bad. It's not saying that you're weak. They might assist you to connect better with yourself, but choose people who are there to empower you, to help you, but then not make you dependent upon them. Choose people like that. Choose wisely, and know that you have to progress through the levels, and that every level that you will get deeper, you will get to the root. Then that thing won't need to exist in your outer reality anymore, because everything is a mirror, and it's existing there in our outer reality so that we can see what is not aligned yet within the inner. This is the only self that we are. It's within. It's permeating our whole body. It's not just our pineal gland or our heart. It's permeating all of our body. So we have to take care of all the chakras, all the body, everything. We are all. Are we not? I hope this video made sense and it assisted some of you. And much love from me. Stay tuned for more videos in this sequence. Bye-bye.